Let's go and see if Demi is nervous or what. There she is. So Demi, are you nervous?
I am dead nervous. Where you have put me in?
You still have time. You can do your rehearsal. Nobody has come right now.
Don't you think it was too fast?
It's okay. This is how you do it. It's now or never. All the best. I'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
Welcome to our Green World NDO. This is our regular NDO. On Saturdays we highlight one or two products or we highlight a system. Today our main emphasis is on women's hygiene, which is so critical because 80% of problems today, women problem, relates to this, what we would have highlight today. And thanks Demi, it's such a pleasure to have you. This product to me opens the door for the 60 plus products that we have related to many different issues that we have today. So without any further ado, I'm happy to have Demi.
Thank you so much, Clyde, and thank you everyone for being here. What I'm going to discuss today is a very important subject which is either considered as a taboo in most part of the world to talk about it, or it's heavily ignored. But what we don't understand is that women have to go through with this for almost 40 years of their life every month. So this becomes very important for everyone to understand and talk about it openly. I'll start with the presentation. So, first of all, there is a quick disclaimer. I am talking about this because I am a woman, I experience it every month. And also that I'm not going to get into medical side of it, that you know how it happens and everything, because this for me is a common sense. This is basic hygiene and it's a common sense, and everyone should be taking it that way. Okay. First of all, let's highlight the subject. Why we can't talk about it. I think there is something in our culture or something in our upbringing, and me who is raised in a small town in India, to explain this, actually let me share some of my experience and stories from my life in India in a small town. The first story is I know of a friend. She was in school in 8th standard and she didn't get her period, so she missed it. So she was nervous. She was talking to me, oh my God, I missed it. Is there something wrong with me? And then I said, okay, what you want to do then? She said, I don't know, I can't talk to my parents. What a shame. She's saying, I can't talk to my parents. And then she missed 15 days. It comes to next month. You know, she's still not having it. Okay, now it's like it's psychologically impacting her too much that I have to really push her to talk to her mother, because I don't know what is happening. I being a friend, I can only suggest her certain things, but I don't know the science behind it at that age. So she spoke to her mother with a lot of courage, and the response she got is that, what sin you have done? You are going to ruin the reputation of this family. This is how brain works. And at the end, the mother spoke to father and the father got medicine test. Everything was normal. She was just going through some hormonal imbalance. That's it. But that's the reason why we can't talk about it. Another story is that most of women go through every month. At that time, they just like, they forward, but they take 2 steps back. I have a story for that. So when I was in college, there is this girl who had her periods and they was spotting the napkin leaked. So we were in co-education college and every boy made fun of it. So when it comes to year-end farewell party, they gifted her sanitary napkin. Wow, what a thought. I like it. You know, it's safety. This is how it should happen. But that guy actually made it worse by asking her to open it in front of the whole class, and everyone booed her, like, you know, that is it a shame, matter of shame? I don't think so. But that guy's intentions were so shameful. And that girl had to leave the college. She went to a girls' college after that, never studied in co-education. Another next experience I have is a personal experience. So my personal experience is this lady. This is me, by the way. She is my grandmother. So lived in a very small town. She's still now the woman whom I loved most in my life. I'm sorry, Jake. But, okay. She was a victim of uterus cancer because of use of improper hygiene products. And worse, this issue did not kill her. What killed her? Let me share you what killed her. For 1 year, she was dealing with some fluids coming out of her body every month. 1 year, she could not talk to anyone, not even her daughters. Forget about fathers, sons, brothers, everyone. She did not talk about anyone. When she felt weak, she had courage to speak to my mother. She said that I'm having this issue. But unfortunately, it was too late. She was in last stage of her cancer. Doctor said 1 year maximum to go. That's it. We cannot keep her for longer than this. Thankfully, she survived for 3.5 years after that with proper diagnosis. But what killed her is not having that courage, not having that culture, not having that environment where she could discuss her problem. So at this point, all I want to finish this slide is a request from men in our life. Fathers, brothers, husband, these are the first people we trust, men we trust in our life. I want someone to just, like, you know, okay, you have a little daughter, 11-year-old, had her first period, coming to her, Papa, I had my periods. Oh wow, daughter, don't worry. It's okay. What do you want to have? You want candies? Whatever she likes, chocolates. Make it rewarding, and it just don't get as a fear on your mind. So with this message, a little bit of psychological issue which is important to discuss before going into other toxins and everything that goes inside our body. Let's move ahead. So what exactly is periods, a cycle? It is a cycle where a hormonal process happens in woman's body, and we have to go through with it every month to prepare for a possible pregnancy. See how beautiful it is that it happens, because we have to welcome a new life in this world, and this beautiful thing has made a taboo. Anyhow, let's forget about it. Okay, what we have to go through in this month, every month, that nobody actually understands women on this part, and because they're silent killers, okay? Women go through depression, PMS, they can't sleep properly, there are a lot of hormonal imbalances, and lot of other health risk where we are exposed to because of periods. Why? Because our immune system is very weak that time. We are losing a lot of blood. A lot of iron is going out of our body. And that iron is helpful to transfer oxygen through blood in your body. So everything is actually, we are very vulnerable in that time, and we are more likely to get affected by a lot of health risks. So basically, as I earlier told, that an average first period that a girl gets is between age of 11 and 14, and it goes up to, depending on person, 50, 55. Some women these days it's even more. So on an average, every woman go through with this in 40 years of her life, every bloody month. Okay. So what exactly, when it happens, what exactly we use to tackle with it? So these are some of the products that we use. We have pads, tampons, cups, some specific underwears. We also use tissues and water, which is not really good. So a lot of things. But my question, the burning question is that are these really safe? Are these really safe? What do you say? No?
It depends.
Yes? It depends. Good answer. Okay. Whatever you get in the supermarket, okay? Are they really safe? I don't consider them safe. Why? Because 90% of them are made of plastic material. They recycle it. They treat it with bleaching agents to make it like beautiful white color. And then it's like, we talk about plastic, government ban it, like, okay, plastic takes 500 to 800 years to get away from this like earth. So why they're doing such things, why they're allowing these companies, these big companies who want to make a lot of money, to put that into our sanitary napkins? Why is it happening? Are they not worried about us? I think we have to care about ourselves. What exactly we are affected by are these serious toxin chemicals that are found in our sanitary napkins. I actually have some things. There is a big brand that I will tell after my presentation. There was a test done, I cannot name a brand here, supermarket brand, very famous in Canada. So what a Women Health organization found out when they did test of their sanitary products is traces of citrine. It's a carcinogen, a substance that causes cancer. They use chloromethane. It is a reproductive toxicant. So basically, if you have this in your napkins, it can risk your fertility. Acetone, used in nail polish remover, some sprays. It's a irritant. It can cause rashes in your body. They use basically just to make them smell nice. You don't get odor during your periods. And chloroethane, another product that can cause cancer, and it's all coming from those sanitary napkins that we are exposed to. So what health risk we have because of using this? Fungal infections. By the way, 80% of women go through these infections every month. It cannot be maybe serious, but anything that is starting now can be serious later on. So it's like that. And then we are vulnerable towards UTI and reproductive tract infection. Also, infertility can be an issue. Another recent issue that we are facing is toxic shock syndrome. I actually got some research on it. Certain points which are important is what exactly is toxic shock syndrome. It's caused by a bacteria called strep. It's an infection where in most cases people with TSS will need to be hospitalized. It's that serious and closely monitored. When untreated, TSS can lead to shock, renal failure and even death. If these toxins get into your bloodstream, they can interfere with organ functions and damage the tissues. So these strep bacteria, it's okay, they live on our body every day outside, but on your nose, goes to your throat, give you infection. But what happens is that when you have periods, through your sanitary napkins, they have access to your bloodstream. And if they mix in your bloodstream, then it becomes problem. It doesn't cause much problem when they are outside your body. How do they get inside your body is very more important. Another thing is dioxin toxicity. If this dioxin stays in your body, it will live for on an average 8 to 11 years and it will destroy you. What happens? What exactly is this dioxin? I have got some information. So conventional tampons and sanitary pads are bleached with white chlorine dioxide, which can be toxic. So in 1998, EPA actually banned this harmful chemical, but the current chlorine-free bleaching process also have this. There are several tests done and they are all found positive about dioxins. So what happens is that when you have dioxin toxicity in your body, it affects your immune system, it can cause cancer, it can also cause PID, which is pelvic inflammatory disease. And it can cause serious reproductive issues which can go through generations further. So, a lot of things to actually think about when using. And again, if you are still not serious, I have gone through it. The pain of losing my grandmother, it can cause cancer.
That's right.
Yeah. Thank you. Now, what can we actually do about it? That is the thing. As a community where we coexist with men and women both together, we actually need to share our concerns without fear. There is an environment that needs to be provided. We have to care for women in their life who are going through periods every month. Maybe just treat them like queens that time. We have to educate the children at very young ages for not to be scared of it and be open about it. And also we need to empower them with right knowledge, empower them with right products and with the support. But being as a woman, we have to take care of ourselves too.
That's right.
Because men cannot go into the washroom with us. So, there's certain things that it's not a deadly thing. Actually, if we do it correct, there's no health risk. That's why it's meant to happen like the way it is every month. The use of things has made it deadly. But what we can do is that before and after going to washroom, we, especially in those times, need to wash our hands properly. We have to change our pads frequently. They say that 4 to 8 hours, but I suggest go for 4 hours. Change every 4 hours. At night, what happens is that you cannot wake up every 4 hours, but at night your functions are at rest, so it's not that much of flow and harm that can be caused at night. So, but daytime, because we are moving, we are in outer environment, and air can have diseases, whatever. Change every 4 hours. You don't want the bacteria to grow on your sanitary napkin.
That's right.
Be careful about disposal. This is another thing which is highly ignored by women. So we say that, okay, this is an unused sanitary pad, just throw it in the bin, job done, get a new one. But what we forget is that when we wrap that sanitary napkin at our homes and put in the dust bin, if it's not properly done, that pad has a lot of bacteria which mix with the air, and it can cause some harmful airborne infections, and it can impact not just you. You are anyhow vulnerable to everything but your family too, your young children. So strep bacteria are very serious, and you just don't want to get it mixed with your air at home. Again, the most important thing that I highlight is you must choose the right products. It's very important that whatever you use during your periods are safe, are made of natural products, and doesn't allow the bacteria to grow. So they should be breathable as well. Going forward with this choosing the right hygiene product, I have figured out a solution. It's Smile Life sanitary napkins that Green World introduced for women's health. So what do you actually look at when you go to supermarket and buy a sanitary napkin? Do you actually give a thought, or you just go to a random place, okay, which one is cheaper, which one is fancy? That's what we do, but do you actually check if they have any expiry date? These are medical products which are not recognized by government, but for us, for me, I think they are medical products, and for me, I believe that they should be included in the prescription medicine section, and every woman should receive it free. That's another agenda which is going in the whole world to get them tax free and whatever. But right now, what do you check? Do you check anything? No. Okay, there are three main factors that you should be actually considering while picking your sanitary napkin. One is absorbency. So you have to make sure that your blood is not all around your body, it absorbs the fluid properly. Every woman has a different flow and length of period, so you have to see what suits your requirement. The most important thing is the material which the sanitary napkin is made of. You have to see that you are getting a sanitary napkin made of natural products rather than the recycled products, which should not be even there. Okay, so with Smile Life napkins that I introduced earlier, what exactly we provide is 5 benefits. So they are clean, soft and healthy. So you are not going to feel any irritation or rashes in that sensitive time. They are antibacterial and anti-pruritic. So I divorced difficult words when I was a child. So please bear with my pronunciation. But what exactly it means is that it relieves from inflammation and itching during that time. And we have leakage preventive high absorbency sanitary napkins which are smooth, sterilized and a resealable package. So whenever you go into market, you have those plastic, you cut it and they are exposed now for 5 days or 6 days until you use them in just natural environment. Okay. Our products are basically, they are made of a food grade aluminium foil. The packaging is made of a food grade aluminium foil which is resealable. So it gives an extra layer of protection from the surroundings. Going forward, to protect you, there is 7 layer of protection which will keep you worry free of any of the leakages or any bacteria growth because of this. We use soft natural cotton, no recyclable product. We have natural herbs which are non-toxic, used for the glue to hold the fluid for 4 or 5 hours, even more, but yeah. We have advanced puffing paper which let you sleep worry free. We have SAP composite paper. What exactly is SAP composite paper? It's a new technology wherein this plant wood pulp, sorry, not plant-based wood pulp is goes through a process, and it has high absorbency, so it prevents leakage, and because it's natural, it's not harmful as well. And then the bottom film is breathable. So it is breathable. So everything that breathes, goes to our mind that okay, it will leak if it breathes, but no. Our bottom film is breathable, yet it's water resistance, like fluid absorption is really good. There is no leakage that will happen during your periods. So, considering all these factors, I have, as I earlier mentioned, I have used it and I am going regular, and I ask every woman to take care of themselves and every man to take an extra step in responsibility to make an environment which is friendly for women to talk about this and take care of them. So have the best, use the best, and be your best. It's our responsibility, it's everyone's responsibility. And with this thought, that's what I'm going to finish with. Thank you.
Awesome.
That's as good as it gets. Well done, Demi. Wow.
Very good.
Without going through all the different formalities, I'm excited about this napkin. I'll tell you a story. We had 10 products when I started this business. I was teaching a lot of young ladies tennis. I had a lot of top juniors. And all had problems with cramping and all the different problems. And when I first saw this napkin, nobody sold more napkin in 1 month than myself. I brought in nurses that ran departments of hospital. I remember in the first group that we got was on White's Road. And there was 9 women, including a nurse that ran 2 departments of 2 different hospitals, Grace Hospital and Humboldt General. And she signed up. So I remember going to Rawls' home and just doing this napkin, as you said, the men in the room, the wives, the husband of the women, would even touch the napkin when I asked them to touch it, And I used to say, this is your wife. That's why your wife have to turn to other women for help. Because that's a very sensitive issue. That's why so many women have friends. Women have great relationships sometimes with their husbands, and because they cannot talk sensitive issues. So I'm so happy to have you to do this presentation on the respiratory system.